Hey everyone. Ever thought about maybe trying out online tutoring?
Yeah,
It seems like it could be a pretty cool side hustle,
Hmm.
or even like a full-on career change, you know?
definitely.
Or even if you're just curious about like what it even is.
Yeah.
Today's deep dive is for you.
Okay.
We're going to be checking out this YouTube video
Okay.
called 8 Online Tutoring Jobs to Work from Home.
Interesting.
And it says beginner friendly, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is from SuperHumans Life.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to be taking like a deep dive into all these different platforms that are out there
Right.
and seeing like what they have to offer,
Yeah,
how they compare, and like what really stands out about each one.
sounds good.
So it's amazing to me how many platforms there actually are out there.
It really is.
Like it's not just about teaching English anymore. You
Yeah.
can teach like anything from English to kids in China to like helping someone pass their college calculus exam.
Really.
It's crazy.
That is pretty wild.
Everything's happening online these days.
It really is a diverse landscape.
Yeah.
And what I think is really fascinating is how this all kind of reflects a much broader shift we're seeing in education overall. Like we're moving beyond the traditional classroom
Yeah.
and like embracing this more personalized on-demand approach to learning.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So the video highlights 8 different platforms.
Okay.
VIP Kid,
Mm-hmm.
Cambly Kids,
Uh-huh.
Magic Ears,
Got it.
Howl,
Mm-hmm.
Reply,
Yeah.
italki,
Okay.
and Chegg.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is. But it's really nice to see them all side by side like that.
Right.
Because then you can really highlight the key differences.
Yeah.
For example, you'll see a cluster that's focused on teaching English to Chinese students,
Oh, yeah.
like VIP Kid,
Uh-huh.
Kids,
Right.
and Magic Ears.
Yeah, and they each have their own, like, little quirks.
They do.
Like, Kids, they provide all the curriculum,
Oh, wow.
which is a huge time saver. Plus, they have these, like, cartoon teaching assistants.
What?
Imagine that, like, getting help from a cartoon.
Oh, that's got to be fun.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, those cartoons are more than just cute visuals, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Like, they're strategically designed to really engage those young learners
right.
and make the lessons a lot more interactive.
Yeah. Kids really understands that keeping a kid's attention online
Yeah,
is totally different
right.
than like a traditional classroom. So
Exactly.
you got to have a different approach.
But what about those of us who, like, aren't certified teachers?
Oh, yeah. Good question.
Are we just, like, out of luck?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Cambly is a great example of a platform that doesn't require any teaching certifications.
Really?
Yeah, they prioritize conversational English practice.
Oh, cool.
So it's perfect if you're a native speaker with strong communication skills.
Oh, so it's more about, like, actually speaking the language,
Right, exactly.
not necessarily teaching the technicalities of it.
Yeah, so if you're looking to like dip your toes into tutoring
Yeah.
without like a ton of upfront requirements,
Yeah,
Cambly might be a good place to start.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's all about finding the right fit for like your experience and your goals.
Right.
And speaking of which,
Yeah.
one key thing to think about is like the balance between flexibility and earning potential.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, like platforms with lower barriers to entry,
Yeah,
like Cambly,
right.
they often offer more flexibility,
Okay,
but they might also have lower pay weights.
that makes sense.
Whereas platforms like Magic Ears, which requires a bachelor's degree coaching experience,
Oh, wow.
they might have a much more rigorous application process,
Yeah.
but they also offer higher earning potential,
Right, so it's
like choosing the right tool for the job.
yeah,
You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb, would you?
definitely not.
No,
So it's about figuring out what's most important to you.
exactly.
Is it like the flexibility and like the ease of entry? Or is it maximizing your earning potential, like right from the start?
And then if you're thinking beyond just teaching English,
Yeah.
Preply and italki open up a whole world of possibilities.
Well, yeah, Preplay is all about language learning, but it's not just English.
You know-
You can teach any language
That's awesome.
and connect with students from all over the globe.
Wow.
It's like a United Nations of language learning.
I love that.
And what's interesting about Preplay is that while they take a commission from each lesson,
Uh-huh.
they claim that their top tutors can earn around $550 per week.
Really?
That gives you an idea of the earning potential if you can like build a really strong student base.
That's pretty impressive.
It is impressive.
Wow.
And then italki seems to have like a different vibe.
Yeah.
The video mentions that tutors actually set their own rates,
Oh, wow.
which could be great for experienced teachers or those with like niche expertise.
Absolutely. And italki also distinguishes between community tutors and professional teachers.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering about that. What's the difference?
So a community tutor profile is for people who maybe don't have formal teaching qualifications,
Okay.
but they have a passion for sharing their language skills.
Right.
So think of it as like a more informal, conversational approach to teaching.
Okay, so it's kind of like having a language exchange partner,
Mm-hmm.
but with a bit more structure
Yeah,
and maybe focus on specific learning goals.
exactly.
Okay.
On the other hand, professional teacher profiles are for those who actually have certified teaching credentials.
Oh, okay.
They often offer more structured, less than specialized courses,
Okay.
and they might charge higher rates because of their experience and qualifications.
So it's like a tiered system
Exactly.
that caters to all different types of learners and teaching styles.
Yeah, precisely. And Italki's model provides options for both casual learners and those seeking more formal instruction.
Right.
So it really broadens their appeal.
Got it.
But if we're talking about a truly diverse platform,
Okay.
we got to talk about Chegg.
Chegg is like the wild card in this mix.
It really is.
It's not just about languages.
No.
They offer tutoring in everything from biology to business.
Wow.
They cater to all ages, even working professionals.
I love that you call it a wild card.
Yeah.
It really shakes up the traditional image of online tutoring.
Yeah.
What's really interesting is that despite covering such a vast range of subjects,
Yeah.
Chegg still boasts a competitive earning potential.
Really?
Yeah, the video mentions tutors earning around $20 an hour.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it seems like Chegg could be a great option for those of us with expertise outside of the traditional language teaching realm.
Exactly.
Imagine you could be teaching someone advanced calculus
Yeah.
or helping them write a business plan all from your home office.
That's so cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And that brings up an important point for you, the listener.
Right.
With so many options available, it's crucial to consider what you bring to the table. What are your skills, your passions, your areas of expertise?
Wait.
Yeah, it's like we're building a tutor profile, like right here on the spot.
Right.
But skills and passions aside,
Mm-hmm.
there's the whole practical side to this too, right?
For sure.
Like how tech savvy do you need to be to even teach online?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it is definitely something to consider. Like
Yeah.
all these platforms, they rely on video conferencing, digital whiteboards,
Yeah.
maybe even some interactive tools,
Right.
depending on what subject you're teaching.
Yeah.
So yeah, being comfortable with technology is essential.
Okay, so basic computer skills are a must.
Definitely.
But it sounds like some platforms might even require you to learn their specific software or tools.
Exactly. And some platforms offer more training and support than others.
Oh,
So if you're not like super tech savvy,
yeah,
that might be something to consider when you're picking a platform.
I got it.
It's like
Yeah.
Q Kids with their provided curriculum
Yeah.
and those cartoon assistants. They're like the easy bake oven of online tutoring platforms.
Okay, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So Q Kids might be good for someone who wants more of a structured plug-and-play approach.
Right, exactly.
But what if you're someone who thrives on creating their own content
Uh-huh.
and setting their own pace?
Then a platform like Italki,
Okay.
where you have way more control
Right.
over your curriculum and your pricing,
Yeah,
that might be a better fit for you.
got it.
It's more like you're being given a fully equipped kitchen
Yeah,
and being told to whip up your own culinary masterpiece.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
So it's all about finding that right level of structure versus creative freedom.
right. And speaking of freedom, another thing to think about is like the application process.
Oh, yeah, true.
Some platforms are way more strict than others.
Like how VIP Kid requires teachers to be from the US or Canada.
Exactly.
Okay.
And platforms catering to younger students,
Yeah.
especially in like the Chinese market, they tend to have more stringent requirements
Yeah.
because they want to make sure the quality and safety of their teaching environment is top-notch.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, you're dealing with kids.
Yeah.
Parents want to know that their kids are in good hands,
Exactly.
even in a virtual setting.
Right.
So Magic Years, for example, not only requires a bachelor's degree, but also teaching experience
Wow.
and a neutral accent.
Wow. They really are attracting a more experienced pool of tutors.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean beginners should be discouraged.
No, definitely not.
Platforms like Cambly, with their more relaxed entry requirements,
Yeah.
can be a great way to just get your feet wet.
For sure.
It's about finding the right starting point for your journey.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and remember,
Right.
even if you don't have formal teaching credentials,
Mm-hmm.
you might have valuable skills or knowledge in a really specific area.
Right.
And platforms like Chegg, with its diverse range of subjects,
Yeah.
are perfect for sharing those unique skills.
Yeah. It's like everyone has something to teach.
I think so.
Yeah, you could be a coding whiz, a history buff, music theory expert.
Right.
Whatever your passion is, there's probably someone out there who wants to learn from you.
Definitely.
And that kind of brings us to the bigger picture, like the why behind online tutoring.
Okay, that's important.
The video focused on the how,
Right.
the practical steps to finding these jobs.
Yeah.
But it's equally important to consider your motivations.
For sure.
This is where things get really interesting for our listeners.
Yeah.
Is it the flexibility to work from anywhere? Is it the financial freedom of setting your own hours and rates?
Yeah. Or maybe it's about sharing your passion for a subject.
Oh, yeah.
And connecting with students from all over the world.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It could be a combination of all those things.
It probably is for most people.
Yeah. The beauty of online tutoring is that it can cater to a variety of motivations. What stands out to you as the most compelling reason to become an online tutor?
Yeah. It's a really personal journey.
Yeah, and that makes me think about the video we're diving into. Like, it lays out all the steps to find these tutoring gigs.
Right.
But it doesn't really dig into, like, the emotional side of it.
I see what you mean.
Like, the practical steps, those are important. But the why is really what fuels your passion and what keeps you going.
For sure, especially when you hit those challenges.
Exactly.
So for those of you listening right now,
Yeah.
like what sparks your interest in online tutoring in the first place?
Yeah, good question.
Are you looking for a creative outlet,
Mm-hmm.
a way to connect with people who share your interests?
Right. Or maybe you have some specialized knowledge that you're just dying to pass on. Or perhaps you're drawn to the idea of like making a real difference in someone's life.
Yeah.
Even from miles away.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those are all such powerful motivators.
They really are. And I think that's what makes this whole deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah.
We've gone from exploring like the nuts and bolts of these platforms to like uncovering this deeper why behind online teaching.
It's like we peeled back the layers
and
revealed the heart of the matter.
I like that.
And that brings us back to you, dear listener.
Okay.
We've explored 8 different platforms,
We have,
each with its own personality and approach.
for sure.
We talked about flexibility versus earning potential, the importance of technology, and like different levels of structure versus creative freedom.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. But ultimately,
Yeah.
the best platform for you is going to be the one that aligns with your own unique goals,
Right.
your skills,
Yeah.
and most importantly, your why.
Your why.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
we encourage you to keep exploring.
Yeah.
Check out the links in the show notes.
Definitely.
And dive a little deeper into the platforms that sparked your interest.
Yeah, go for it.
And remember, the world of online tutoring is constantly evolving.
It really is.
New platforms are popping up. Technology is always advancing.
Right.
And the demand for personalized learning is only growing.
It is.
So whether you're a seasoned educator, a subject matter expert, or just starting out, there's a place for you in this exciting digital landscape.
Definitely.
The key is to stay curious, embrace the learning process, and never be afraid to try something new.
I agree.
Who knows? You might even discover a passion you never knew you had.
You never know.
And maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself sharing your story on a future episode of The Deep Dive.
That would be awesome.
Until then, keep diving deep into the world of knowledge and happy tutoring.